Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode here on ComedIan MTG. Now today I wanted to talk about a card that I'm very excited about from Commander Legends, and that is Sakashima of 1,000 Faces. Sakashima is a new partner from Commander Legends, and it reads, for 3 and a blue, it is a legendary creature human rogue. You may have Sakashima of 1,000 Faces enter the battlefield as a copy of another creature you control, except it has Sakashima of 1,000 Faces' other abilities. It also says the legend rule does not apply to permanents you control, and it has partner. Now Sakashima is really cool, specifically because it is a second Tymna the Weaver in the command zone. I really think that Tymna is the best partner for Sakashima because it opens you up into the Esper Shards, one of the best color combinations in cEDH, and it allows you to double up on Tymna's abilities. Now, one thing I see a lot of people talking about is this deck as a turbo ad nauseum deck, and while I think that's pretty valid and a viable way to take the pair, I think the best option is to actually treat them as a mid-range stacks deck. You see, Tymna has always thrived in a stacks deck, but hasn't really had a good partner to pair it with, and the ability to draw up to 6 cards each combat while locking down the board is pretty impressive. I think it works particularly well with stacks creatures that fly, so cards like Archon of Emeria and Hushbringer come into mind as a really interesting option. I really think we've been looking for like a really strong Hushbringer deck in the format for a long time, as it's probably one of the best hate bearers available, but it shuts down so many win cons that it's hard to put a win con in the deck. However, using the regular consultation lines, Laboratory Maniac and Jace, it should allow you to win the game without needing an enter the battlefield effect. Sakashima provides you with a lot of utility to copy some legendary creatures that are very strong. One particular combination that I think is really strong is having Sakashima out with Grand Arbiter Augustine IV. If you play Sakashima as a copy of that card, it allows you to tax your opponents for 2 while making your blue and white spells cost up to 2 cheaper, and spells that are blue and white can cost up to 4 colorless cheaper. Another classic stacks piece is Elesh Norn. It's often a finisher in stacks decks that have a hard time finishing the game, and so with these 2 in combination, it would give your creatures +4/+4 and your opponent's creatures -4/-4, and there's almost no way that a cEDH board will be able to survive with that type of lockdown happening, and it provides an extremely quick clock. I think the utility of Sakashima to be able to copy legendary creatures that normally have effects that aren't doubled is pretty impressive. Some other cards that come to mind for me are things like Kambal, Console of Allocation. You can also play some Athalia effects in this list, however, I don't know how much you want to tax on the non-creature side as opposed to using options like Rule of Law instead. So I think this has been kind of an underrated option for the Commander format, and I think in cEDH, Sakashima of 1,000 Faces is going to be a card that people should be afraid of. I think it's going to be a really competitive deck, and I think looking out for it in the future is something smart to do.